Welcome back. The details with me, Al Hamaliwi. Foreign Minister Sameh Shukri participated in the preparatory meetings of the Arab League Council in Algeria. The ministerial meetings come within the framework of preparing for the 31st regular session of the Arab Summit, which will be held in early November. After receiving the rotating presidency of the preparatory meeting, Algerian Foreign Minister Ramtan Lamarma called for doubling Arab efforts in light of the current challenges. In his speech before the meeting, Lamarma tackled the repercussions of the international epidemic, coronavirus, which was followed by the Ukrainian-Russian crisis, with both crises hitting the Arab economy. The meeting, which was attended by Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abul Ghait, tackled the agenda and the draft resolutions which will be presented to the summit. Lebanese President Michel Aoun leaves the presidential palace on Sunday, leaving a void at the top of the Lebanese state. A closer look at the situation in Lebanon in this report.
Michel Aoun, the 89-year-old president who presided over Lebanon's financial meltdown and the Delhi-Beirut port blast, vacates the presidential palace on Sunday. Parliament has so far been unable to agree on a successor in the role, which has the power to sign bills into law, appoint new prime ministers, and green-light government formations before they are voted on by Parliament. Like during more than half of Aoun's time in office, Lebanon is currently governed by a caretaker cabinet, as the premier-designate has been trying for 6 months to form a government. Dozens of supporters gathered at Ba'abda Palace to say farewell to Aoun, wearing the orange associated with his Free Patriotic Movement party and carrying portraits of him as president and from decades ago when he served as army commander. Aoun secured the presidency in 2016, endorsed by both Hezbollah and Royal Maronite politician Samir Jaja, in a deal that brought then-leading Sunni politician Saad al-Hariri back as prime minister. In his final week in the palace, he signed on to a U.S.-mediated deal delineating Lebanon's southern maritime border with the Israelis. Aoun's term was also marked by the massive blast at the Beirut port in 2020 that killed more than 220 people. Aoun later said he had known about the chemicals stored there and referred the file to other authorities to take action. Victims' families said he should have done more. Aoun's path to the presidency began in the 1975-1990 civil war, during which he served as commander of Lebanon's army and the head of one of two rival governments. He returned to Beirut after 15 years in exile once Syrian forces withdrew under international pressure following the 2005 assassination of former Prime Minister Rafiq al-Hariri.
Egypt offered deep condolences to the Iraqi people and government for the victims of explosion in a gas tanker. A gas tanker exploded in Baghdad on Saturday night, killing at least 9 people and injuring 13 others. Security forces said that the explosion is an accident and not an act of terrorism. The explosion heard across much of Iraq's capital was in a car park near a football field in a residential area of eastern Baghdad. Iraq's recently elected president, Abdel Latif Rashid, promised there would be an investigation to identify those responsible for the accident. Somali President Hassan Sheikh